Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining with me today to celebrate the allocation of $1.25 million I secured from this year's budget bill to fund a new high-performance fireboat for the San Diego Fire Rescue Department. Ever since my city council days, improving public safety has been one of my top priorities. This boat will keep swimmers, boaters, and others safe on our waterways. One of the impressive upgrades is the firefighting capability. The old model has one water monitor, essentially a water cannon, while the high-performance fireboats have three water monitors operating simultaneously, so the newer models can extinguish fires more completely and even faster. We can't fulfill the mission of keeping everyone safe on the water without the input of the first responders responsible for rescues, salvage operations, maritime hazard response, and more. One of the things I'm most excited about this project is the lifeguards and the firefighting department will direct the shipwrights on what custom features they need to be able to perform their job at the highest level. Here in San Diego, the lifeguards have been an integral part of the design of not just previous fireboats, but the Cliff Rescue Vehicle Rescue 44. I'm sure by now you've noticed the two fireboats that are behind us, and we wanted to show you the contrast between the older model and the newer model. And Marine 2, as you probably could guess, has been in service since 1991. It has served us well, but it's frankly time to move on. Our newest addition, the Triton, has been quite the upgrade. And from what I understand, the fire department will be putting out an RFP for a very similar boat, just a little bit smaller so it'll be more maneuverable. A key difference I want to point out is that the old Marine 1 has an inboard motor, so any repairs take the vehicle out of commission. With the newer model, we've switched to outboard motors, so the motor can be swapped out for any repairs and these vessels can stay functional and ready for their very important life-saving duties. It's my honor to share this moment with you all and to support Chief Stowell and Chief Gartland in their work, and the individuals staying behind me do a phenomenal job for our city each and every day. We're grateful for them, and this is one more tool that they'll have. It's my pleasure to introduce our mayor, somebody who takes public safety very, very seriously, has been committed to it during his entire tenure as our mayor, and that's Mayor Todd Gloria. Mayor?
Thank you, Assemblymember Maienschein, and good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the Assemblymember and I and our incredible team from the Fire Rescue Department here for this good news for San Diego. This funding that Assemblymember Maienschein has been able to secure for a new fireboat is just one of the many allocations he was able to secure in the most recently adopted state budget. We were together just last week up in Scripps Ranch at Jerebeck Park, where the Assemblymember was able to secure $4 million to make needed improvements to that community park. Here we are today on Mission Bay with more than $1 million coming for our lifeguard service. Combined, this is helping to improve the quality of life in our communities, as well as the public safety all across San Diego. And I want to thank you, Assemblymember, for that work. A reminder, this was a difficult state budget year. They were grappling with some real shortfalls there, and while they responsibly balanced the budget, Assemblymember Maienschein still managed to find ways to make sure that San Diego got its fair share of resources. That wasn't all gobbled up in LA or the Bay Area. Then we got our fair share for San Diego. The Assemblymember covered some of the importance of the fireboats, and Chief Stowell and Chief Gartland may get to some of this as well. But I want to remind our friends here at the media, it was just last year the Triton responded to a distress call from the Bahia Bell riverboat after it lost power and started to drift into deeper and deeper waters due to some extreme winds. Our lifeguards successfully rescued 70 people on board the Bahia Bell using the Triton and moved them from the riverboat to off the riverboat and, of course, get the boat secured. As Assemblymember Maienschein noted, the Triton is an upgrade for our emergency services personnel. He mentioned the monitors, which is mentioned as the water cannons in the front, but there's some other key features that I'd like to make sure the public is aware of and why this is such a quantum leap forward for public safety. The enclosed cabin on the Triton helps to protect both our first responders as well as anyone they may be rescuing out on the waters. It has a forward-looking infrared technology which aids rescues at night or in foggy or stormy conditions, which helps keep our rescue divers safe. And the side scan sonar for underwater searches is also extremely valuable. When taken all together, it is unquestioned that the addition of another Triton-like boat to our fleet will make sure that more San Diegans and visitors to places like Mission Bay are safer when they come and enjoy this beautiful environment that we're so glad to be able to call home. As mayor, my number one responsibility is everyone's public safety. And thanks to Assemblymember Maienschein, it is unquestionable that people will be safer because of this investment. I also want to just take this opportunity to express my appreciation to our fire rescue department. Under the leadership of Chief Stowell, we've got the best in the game out here. Even with limited resources, even with really old boats, they still manage to get the job done. And I want to take this opportunity. I'm going to do a little bit of Gartland's work here. We can tag team this one. I want to let San Diegans know that we will be recruiting seasonal lifeguards for summer 2024. We have swim tryouts coming on October 19th, 20th, and 21st. Assemblyman Maienschein will be out there trying out for one of those gigs. Reminder, this is an entry-level position for summer work that sometimes leads to full-time permanent employment with one of the best lifeguard services in the country. And so I hope that San Diegans will avail themselves of that. Again, working together, we can make sure our community is safe. I'm grateful that Assemblymember Maienschein is doing his job to make sure that we stay safe. I asked San Diegans to step up and become seasonal lifeguards. Let's make sure that next summer we have the safest summer possible in our great and beautiful city. With that said, I've already mentioned him, but let me introduce the chief of our fire rescue department, someone that lets me sleep a little easier at night because I know he's on duty, our fire chief, Colin Stowell. Chief?
Well, thank you, Mayor Gloria, Assemblymember Maienschein. So I can tell you what an exciting day. It's a beautiful day. It always is. Seems like down here at Lifeguard headquarters, but even better today. A lot of excitement, and I can tell you that there's probably nobody more excited for the announcement of this new fireboat that's on the horizon than Chief Gartland and all of the lifeguards. You know, they have been very resourceful so far in trying to piece together our fleet and maintain the services. Today we were supposed to have Marine II out here to show you which one is actually going to be replaced, and it wasn't even functional to be able to make it around the bend and be out behind us. And now we're having some mechanical problems with Marine I, so what better time to really get excited about a new boat. So I really want to thank Assemblymember Maienschein for his long-time commitment to public safety, and of course Mayor Todd Gloria for his continued support for the Fire Rescue Department. Our department is not like it's the same as all the other departments here in the city. There's obviously some funding challenges and budget gaps that we're trying to identify. The mayor mentioned the ones at the state, and we certainly have them here in the city. There's certainly things that we have priority items for public safety that we just can't get across the finish line. A lot of it is due to the gap in those funding. And so when we have an opportunity that the state is able to help through that, we certainly appreciate it and very much gracious for that. You can see offshore the difference of those boats. One of them is about 27 years old, and the Triton is the newer one to our fleet. Obviously, a lot of improvements to those boats, not only the storage, but the water capabilities that they're able to flow. That Triton over here that you see, the newer vessel of ours, that flows 2,500 gallons a minute, pulling up from the ocean or the bay. To give you a little comparison, our state-of-the-art fire engines, they pump 1,500 gallons a minute maximum out of all the ports there. So it's quite a lot of water, quite a lot of pressure to be able to help mitigate and provide that level of services. So I can tell you that I'm very proud of our lifeguards. They have taken the time to go out and research these vessels, find out really what is out there, the state of the art, what tools do we need to be able to provide these services. We see a lot of those in the Triton, and we've even learned some more improvements that we can get in the new fireboat. And so they have really taken the lead to identify and help design this new fireboat, and so I'm very proud of them and thank them for that. You're going to get a chance to see these boats in operation. Maybe not the one that's still floating out there, might get towed, but I hope that you take the time to get on deck, see the capabilities, the storage, the ability for our crews to get inside and out of the climate that they're faced with a lot of the times. And so I really encourage you to be able to go out there, see the state of the art, see what the capabilities of that boat is. And again, I want to thank Assemblymember Maienschein and Mayor Todd Gloria for being here today and for the state's allocation for this necessary funding to fill this gap for us. Thank you very much.